Next time you're in Dollar Tree, head on over to their Crafty Square section and grab one of their large scrapwood blank pieces. We're going to transform this into an adorably cute, spooky fall decor piece. First up, we're going to need to paint this joint. Yeah, if I gotta endure the paint farts, you gotta endure it too. Next, I'm taking my water bottle and giving the board a little spritzy spritz. This does one of two things. It helps me move the paint around quicker and it helps me use less paints. I allowed this to completely dry and then went and found some fabric. You can use any kind of fabric you would like. Go with that neutral tone, and I like the stripes on this joint. And take this idea and remix it with whatever works for your decor. This is how I went about it. I laid the piece out and then traced the head of a ghost right onto the center of our board and then trimmed out our piece. Now, I did not like the fact that I could still see the green through the fabric. So I decided to grab some of my paint, and then I applied one coat over the section where I'm going to put our little ghost face at. Now you can put 2 coats on there, it's completely up to you. What I realized is that my fabric was thin and I needed more because then I could see the paint. So I just traced out another piece of fabric and then cut that down to size to fit right over top of our ghost face that we already had on here. If you have thicker fabric, you probably won't need to do this step. Now I do like using tacky glue to attach fabric to wood. It's one of my favorite mediums for this. You could absolutely use whatever glue you would like. This is just what I work with. For the eyes, I'm starting off with a permanent marker, and that's so I can get the shape out right. You could use a pencil if you want it, but I wanted to make sure that I had that black background in case the black paint that I used had some bleeding with it, and I wasn't sure if the marker was going to bleed, but either way, it both turned out just fine. So this worked really well, taking the marker and then doing a rough sketch and then coming back in with some black multi-surface paint and coloring everything in. At this point, if you're happy with your ghost, leave it alone. But I wanted to turn ours into a little girl. So I decided to grab some messy moss because, you know, what little girl doesn't want some messy moss dangling off their head? You could use a bow or create it however you want. I just decided to attach some messy moss here and then add some floral bits right onto the corner of our piece, and absolutely love how this piece turned out.